Let's move. Let let put myself on the side there, and here's Barim. Hi everyone.
Hello.
I hope you're doing well. Like I was naked 5 minutes ago. I was naked in my bed.
Oh,
Okay.
And Ricardo, do you know Ricardo?
Cruz.
Yeah, he told me
Ricardo
that he
Cruz.
wanted. He asked if we wanted help. So that's great. Another island boy with us, before getting. And
Okay.
there were a new guy too. The one that wanna. He was participating with the Vaza project,
Mm-hmm.
and he want to join us.
Okay.
But I know how you are, Elbeck, and you want to jump in right away. So let's jump in.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep.
Look at this guy.
Okay. So you wanted to show us how a validation engine works under the hood in the LinQPad. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I told you this. Yeah, I haven't prepared anything.
Okay.
But we can open LinQPad and we can talk about it, and I can write some things and we can explore the thing. Do you want to do that?
Oh, I don't use LinQPad often.
But I mean, I'm going to write the code. You're just going to guide me, you know. So
Okay.
okay, let me launch a LinQPad. Okay, and we'll see how it goes. You know what the worst things are gonna happen? I'm gonna look like a fool because I'm derping around. So what? So okay, I'm gonna share
Uh,
my screen, and it's an interesting pattern.
yeah.
So
If
it will
if you
be.
are if you are not afraid of looking fool while you are learning new
Yeah.
stuff, then you have courage. And I believe that when one day you become one of the greatest people who knows the standard.
But I mean, yeah, it's a bit like looking
Oh,
like a fool. That the good thing with this is that you're looking stupid just once,
okay.
because after it, but I mean, each time you are learning something, so you know what I mean. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
not asking, uh, how could you improve yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is LinkPad. Okay, this is the
Okay.
software.
mhm.
Okay, I don't know. For people who don't know, the thing with C sharp is that for a long time, the only way to play around with it was to build a console application, to have a namespace, a main method, and have a project file, and to have IntelliSense and everything. And so you had to build several files just to write a single line to the console. So now there is a with the .NET 6 or .NET 7. When did he arrive?
.6, I guess.
Yeah, since .NET 6, you just can open. Uh, you can just have. How do you call it? A top level file. You
Yeah,
call it like that?
without main,
Yeah,
right?
without the main, but you still need the project file,
Mm-hmm.
and you still need some stuff. And sometimes, like, and even before, I don't think people were using the .NET CLI, so it was really a hassle just to play around with code. So some guys created this to connect to databases and to play with code, but it was okay. Let's see what can I do with this. So with LinkPad, I can create something. I know some value. Okay, and let's do an array. Can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Can I put value directly into it? Or no? Can't? Can I do this? No, no, the new keyword it doesn't work. Can I do? I have to say int of.
Yeah, you don't need new keyword here.
Okay, I'm never creating. And do I have to put this like that? Okay. Now, if I want to see what's there in the the some value, I can just dump it. I can use this method called dump, and when I run this program, okay. So what did I do? Cannot execute the selection. The name dump does not exist in the current context. What? I don't get it.
It's early morning for you, brother. We know it.
Yeah, I guess. What's going on? Why is dump?
Yeah, just
No, no,
bring the
no.
namespace if you can.
What? Anyway, I
Um,
don't know. I don't know what happened. I was in the program, but I don't know why. Anyway, let's forget about it for a second. But when the dump keyword, I can I can see things into I can see what's in the array because if I was doing just uh, a console dot right line. Yeah, right. Oh my god, right line, and put the terrible name. It's a terrible name. Some value. I should have called it array, but I'm typing on my keyboard without thinking. So please bear with me. I'm almost not awake. Please be nice. So okay, okay, and the console right up, it works like that. Are you fucking kidding or what? Damn. If it's a list, what's gonna happen? Oh my god. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you still with me? Are you still believing?
Yes, we are.
Hello?
yeah, we're here.
Why is it for it works now? Okay, I don't know. My god. Because normally when it's to string, like because maybe it's because
It's a list.
the LinQPad is too smart and it can do that. But normally it gives you just the name of the thing, no? Isn't it? The name of the
Mhm.
class.
Yeah, normally it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally
So
you need to loop through that list and then.
yeah, to see what's in it. And but with LinQPad you can just output what it's in it. So yeah,
Okay.
and it's a great thing to just play with. So and you can name your stuff in the dump and okay. But normally you can have access to a program function and create a class or an object. Like you see, you can define method and stuff like that here. So let's console output something just to see. uh, Oh, maybe there is. an up, an up, an update now. The temp doesn't exist. You have to use console right line to output. Out, you know what I mean? Hello, Albeck. I'm just speaking alone. Okay. Can you see? Okay, well, I'm ready. I'm just. Do you want me to create a class?
Okay. So the only thing that we are going to use is that validation engine. So there is one validate method. So how can we,
Validate meta.
yeah, how can
Yeah.
we do that in our case?
So so uh,
Don't
the
we have
thing
a
that
vice? Don't we have a vice today?
um, we should. I sent him the link. I think I'm. Let me look for it.
The
Yeah,
only
I sent
the
him the link, but he's not here.
yeah interesting thing is that we need him today because you know that the failing test is in his branch. So he needs to make us a contributor so that we can work on the passing test.
Uh, okay, so we have time to play around then, and so you know what? I'm gonna go to the GitHub and look for some example of the thing, and then just to have a context, in mind,
Mhm.
and to do. So I mean, this was a lot this morning. Really, I have some brain issues, brain farting all the way, all the way. Eesh. So let's go to the not the refugee core. There is nothing in
Brother
it,
Burham,
so we
can
can.
you could you delete and get the branch my branch in your own forked version?
Let me see. Let me go and do that because I don't think I did it.
If he's not joining us today, we still need to write a failing test and then
Mhm,
write a passing test together.
Okay.
mhm. So where would I find this? I guess into the foundations, and into the foundations, I'm gonna go. Let's say the profiles, and is it in the validations? The rules. The rules are leaving the okay. The validates. So the validate is there. Is it declared? Is the validate method declared here? It's
Mm-hmm.
here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we would use this. Okay. Let's be let's be this guy that copy paste stuff and we'll play with it.
So
So
do you know what params does?
what?
What params that params
Yeah, yeah,
keyword
yeah.
does?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, then you're
So
good. Make
let's call it
LinQPad bigger,
a
please.
validator. Uh, I guess I could get rid of. Can I? Like that? You happy?
Said that we are in the half of the screen and your link pad is in the half of the screen, please.
Uh,
Yeah.
so do you want me to do
Okay,
this
now
this setup?
okay.
Do you
Yeah, that's
prefer this setup or this one?
sometimes yeah, let it be this way or
The
this
other
way.
way.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, what about
Okay.
Brother Burim, what happened?
Let me have to delete my thing.
So to be clear, you want Burim to delete what exactly? Why do you want him to delete a branch?
Uh, yeah, we need the failing test that that Brother Elise yesterday wrote,
Yeah,
but he's not present today.
yeah.
So we need somebody to write that again, and then I'll be passing
But
that test.
could we write something else in like and wait for always?
You know, the order of the tests should be,
Yeah,
exact.
I mean, but we are not going to merge what we are going to write right now. We can just start with something else, finish when Oasis is there, like that. We are not
Mm,
writing a second time the same thing.
Yeah, at this point in time, if you do some things again and again, it would be
Hmm.
just as productive.
I totally agree. Well,
Yeah,
I'm just meaning this because there are like five guys maybe that are looking at us,
yeah, let's.
and I do not want to bore them too much,
Okay.
and that's why I'm telling this. So let's talk about this for a moment. Do you agree?
Uh-huh.
Oops, because I'm just not so used to when I do Control S to save, or
Uh-huh.
yeah, um, Control S on my IDs is format stuff, format on saving. But I'm not now. If I'm doing Control S, it just open a fucking thing. Okay, so am I going to be forced to format by hand? This, can I do that? Can I do this? I can. Okay, so Uh, okay, we have a class. In this class, we have a validate method. I'm going to make it public because I'm going to use it somewhere else. I don't know if I need to make things public in LinQPad, but we'll see. Let's call it public to. We'll see. So the validator class has a method called validate, and it takes params. Params of what? Of this. So what is this? This is a tuple. A tuple is a value that can hold two value. It's a bit like an array, but not quite because it's more like it's it's handled more like it would be a single value, but there are several things in it. It's weird when you say it like that, but let's output it. So let's create the type. Yeah, it will be easier if we see the type there. So let's say I have an int called number one. No? Yeah,
Mhm.
and an int called no a string maybe. No, what do you think? A string
Yeah,
to show that it's a so and
message
string where message. Yeah, yeah, message and number one and message. Okay, I could say age.
instead of
Okay,
yeah, just type something meaningful.
okay, yeah. And here we'll say uh birthday message.
Hmm.
Okay, or birthday info.
Okay.
Okay, and can I just do this? Uh, oops. And fill out. No, it doesn't work like that. Can I just declare? with parentheses. Okay, so how would I say that? Like happy uh, birthday, and here, yeah, two maybe. You're 22, Elbeck, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna add your name. So, don't you want me to add Elbeck here?
Okay. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay. And now, if I just wanna output, no, it's not a good thing like this. So let's see if I'm outputting this. Can I use the dump or what? What it's gonna tell me? Is it going to tell me the dump doesn't exist? Do you think so? I'm
Yeah, it
trying
should.
to.
Technically, it should because it has done the same for the first time.
Yeah, it's really weird because normally it works. By the way, okay. But you see, the dump was right. Why did I do like? Let's hope that it was LinQPad because I don't understand when the dump wasn't working just a couple of minutes ago. So we can see that there is a single object here holding two items, and it's not an array, it's a tuple, but because you can see that the type we declared here, it's of this is the type. The type is an object with two different value with two different types in it. So we are going to use this object as a way to pass rules
So,
and
so tell me. So when creating arrays, we cannot use different types. So one first element is int and the second element is string. Can I do
yeah,
this with arrays?
you just said that I could not.
Okay. Did
So
I?
because when let's say if I want to do an array, okay, the way I'm declaring the array, I have to tell the type of the array like this and say it's going to be an array of strings.
Okay.
And the thing I always forgot because I'm never using array, I'm always using list. So I'm always forgetting how do you declare values on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I do this? Yeah, I can. And if I wanna do, can I do? No, I do not need a new because it's a value type. I think it's a value type, so I could do this like that. Can I? No, no. So
No.
do I have to say new? I guess. Okay. And var. And if I do not want to declare right away what's in it, I have to say how long it will be.
Mm-hmm.
And so there I say that I'm going to put two items in it.
Okay.
And then I can put items uh, in it. But we are not talking about arrays, but it's just to talk about the difference between an array and a tuple. So a good question would be, let's say I have, oops, let's say I have, what's going on? Okay, well, anyway, let me do this, let me do this. Let's say I have this, but I do not want to declare the value right away. I'm going to close this because the line was wrapping around. Uh, okay, let's say I'm doing this. I access the first value, or how do I access the second value? How do I assign them? Can I? uh, do something like this and access H. Yes, I can. So I can do this, and I can, I guess, declare a number. I can oh, do this and change and message and say okay. Okay, that's great. So we've learned some things about the tuple.
Okay.
Now let's go back into the validator. So
So. Mhm.
we have a tuple here, and you see that there is a keyword here called params, and there is the brackets that means that this is an array. So
Okay.
we have a type, like you do you remember we declared a type, like we said we are going to have a string, an array of string, and
Mhm. Two.
uh, we were writing a string, and then we were putting this
Uh huh.
to say that we are going to have an array of string. This is the same thing. We are going to have an array of tuples. And the params keyword says that the validate method, when we are going to call it,
Mhm.
let me change this because we don't have it. I'm going to call an exception. Okay. Do you see again? My brain is going everywhere. So what I was saying that the param keywords say that we can add as much as we want into the declaration in the constructor. When we are the constructor, what do I mean? When we are calling the method, we are going to put parameters in it. We are going to say that we are going to put a tuple, a
Okay.
tuple with a rule in it and a parameter in it.
Okay.
But if we want to put three, okay, let's say we do not have the param keyword. Okay, I'm slow. I'm slow. Let's say we do not have this keyword. If I want to use two rules, two parameters, two tuples, I mean, you know what I mean? I have to copy this,
Uh huh.
and I have to give it a name. Let's say first validation or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is it would be like that. First validation, and then I would have to put another one. So becoming ugly. So let's do this.
Yeah. Uglification process is going on. Okay.
And uh, so we have this, and we would have to do okay. Now second validation,
Yeah.
and if you want to a third, but let's say you do not really know if you want one rule, enfin, one validation, two validation, three validation. How do you make it flexible? There comes the params keyword. With the
Okay.
params keyword, you can put like as much as you want or as little as you want of those validations. Like it becomes flexible. You can add some, and it becomes an array. So that's why we have the param keyword to say that we want to be flexible and
Mhm.
to put one or two or three tuples in it. And but we have to say that it's an array.
Okay.
There is the keyword. And I guess oh no, and it's called validations here. Okay, so and here the thing is that I do not want this. I want to to declare like throw. Can I do this? Throw new. Can I do new exception or throw new exception? Why should I do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should say new exception. However, that doesn't have absurd data list.
Yeah, yeah. But we are not. Okay, let's say that we are going just to. Uh,
Okay, brother Burim, what happened to you?
Nothing, I'm here.
Okay, did you delete the forked branch?
Yes, I deleted it and I added the new one.
Okay,
So I just have to clone it.
okay. Did you see my branch, foundations branch?
I have the sun into my eyes. I'm gonna.
Let me see. Hold
Yeah,
Ah,
on.
today you are shining, brother.
yeah,
Today
yeah,
you're a
yeah.
sun.
Yeah, I'm shining. What do you mean? I'm shining with my
Head
zombiness.
with your head.
Why can't
Ah, my big fat head. Oh, ish. So let's see this.
So, so in here, students draw sun
Yeah, it's
with
not.
eyes and with a big smile.
But you know what? I'm
Does
gonna,
your does your kindergarten kids also draw sun like this? Huh?
what do you
So
mean? What
so
what what
so
what what are you talking about?
so
What
in the
does it mean?
kindergarten in Uzbekistan,
Yeah.
young children draw nature, and they in most cases draw sun with a big smile and eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah. They do this in France too. Yeah, I think it's an international thing. Let me sip. Let me sip a bit. But I will not try to upset anything. Like,
Uh-huh.
mm, what could I do instead of upsetting something? Um,
Yeah, just
mm,
write absurd.
we can import exception if we want to. So to import exception, I think that you have
Yeah,
to,
make the screen bigger as well, brother.
yeah.
Make the screen bigger.
I'm forgetting all the time. So let's see, mate. I know we can import uh, the namespace of exceptions or NuGet package. No, no, it's like that. Is it like
Uh-huh.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Navigate to query. No, it's never the same. The namespace doesn't exist. Uh, let me see. Let me see. NuGet package manager. Let's see what we have. Okay, I have another window that opened. Okay, so X is, is it like that?
Uh-huh.
Search online. Yeah. Is it this one?
Yeah.
I thought it was with
Exception.
an S.
Exception. Yeah, this is a
No.
namespace. This is a namespace and this is a naked package.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah, exceptional exceptions. Wow. That's a great idea.
This the description.
Yeah.
Exceptional exceptions. Yeah, nice. Okay. Uh, okay, now we have exceptions. Isn't it beautiful?
Okay, that's great.
Okay, so we have access to Upsert now? Exception does not
Instead of saying like, line 17 exceptions, just type exceptions with X. I guess at that time you can get that functionality.
Uh, what?
Yeah, just make it bigger. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so it's
I guess
working.
it works now.
Yeah, you're smart. So we are making an invalid profile exception, an exception, and for each tuple that we are going to put into the validate,
Hmm.
we are going to look for a condition attached to the rule. So the
Okay.
dynamic keyword means what exactly? Because to me, the dynamic keyword means eh, the type could be this or that, and it's going to be dynamic. So let's
Hmm.
call it dynamic because it could be an
Anything.
anonymous object, or yeah, that's the thing that I hate the most in C sharp. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's like the keyword any in TypeScript, almost, isn't it? Isn't it
maybe.
exactly?
I don't know TypeScript,
You don't
to
know
be
this
honest with you.
keyword?
No.
So, and now, so let's see. I have a question. So we will have to build the rule, and so the rule. Do we? I don't think that we. Okay, I answered my own question in my head. So I was like, where do I declare a rule? But we are going to put it into the main.
Yeah,
And
we
and
create rules.
and so let's go through the code. So the exception that we have created, if the condition is true,
Hmm.
I always kind of found this a bit counterintuitive. Like the condition is true, so damn, but you want. I would find it a bit clear, like easier, more fluent if the condition was false.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, the condition is false, so let's put an exception, let's throw an exception. But there
Mm.
is, if the condition is true. So what do you think about this?
So you want to invert the
Yeah,
naming
yeah, I
some.
guess he had this discussion
I don't know. I
already
like
when he
so.
was building the thing. You never thought about this?
I saw it because the whole logic is inverted this way. So it says is invalid. There is this. We every time we name our rule, we say is invalid. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
why.
weird. A bit, no?
So is invalid condition.
Because usually you're writing validators with like is valid, and if it's not, it's false. So here it would be like this.
Yeah, yeah, but the naming is invalid in our case. So that's why I guess.
Okay, okay.
It's,
So if the condition is invalid,
mhm,
that's the meaning that is lacking here. If the condition is invalid,
mhm.
and so this becomes true, maybe co- it should be written is invalid if condition is invalid. What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting. Is invalid,
If full
but it's long.
condition
But
is
it's
invalid.
long.
Yeah, it's long, but what's more important?
Yeah, is invalid is a name of our rule message or rule method. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, it's
uh,
yeah, it's
we could. The thing is that I know that the Nugget package is already published, and so it's a breaking change. But I mean, I would have preferred it if it was like that.
Hmm.
I guess you can understand me.
Yeah.
So invalid profile exception, upset data list. So the thing that we want to do is we have a data list of error, and
Error.
we want to of error errors errors of error. Because in French we do not pronounce the S in the plural. So
Uh-huh.
French people, when they are speaking English, they are dropping a lot of S's.
Hmm.
Dropping a lot of S's. So yeah, upset the and so we are upsetting what? We are upsetting a key. The key is the parameter and
Hmm.
the value is the rule message. So that was the thing that we were writing into the test yesterday. So let's try to declare some rules. Uh, it's a dynamic type and rule. And so in there we have a condition
Hmm.
and we have a message. Do we have something else?
No.
Okay. So we have a condition, oops, condition, and so the condition is what?
For example, age, or I mean, a condition ID equals default or zero.
ID equals 0 or default. And I mean, how do I write it?
Yeah, you create a new method, says is invalid, is it good? So go to the, yeah,
The validator class. Okay.
and
So
say
here I'm doing a new method.
private, okay, public, static,
Uh, big, static,
dynamic,
mhm, dynamic.
is invalid,
Uh, yeah.
and it receives GUID as a parameter. And you fat arrow, hold on. Yeah, and you give a fat arrow here after the method declaration.
Okay.
Yeah, we directly return. Okay. And then you type new scope, open and close scope, yeah, and say
Then
condition,
block declaration. And so
condition.
and yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was when you said scope, I just said block declaration, declaration block
Condition,
maybe.
yeah, GUID equals
GUI.
default.
Ben, évidemment, default.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what's about what's what with the default keyword?
Yeah, the default keyword gives the default value of each type. For example, for grid, it's all zeros. For int, it's zero. For string, it's empty string. Yeah, it's abstraction.
What, okay, what do you want me to say that the GUID is default is nothing? Because I will because it will be given automatically by the database by entity framework. So you don't want
No,
no?
no,
Why do you want
we
to
don't
check
do
that it's
that.
default?
Yeah, we don't do that in the standard,
Okay.
unfortunately.
So what do you want to check if it's default?
Yeah, that
I
ID should be given before calling the API. We don't
so
generate
we are
IDs.
your I mean, you're saying that we are generating IDs before calling the API,
Mhm.
but there you are telling me that we want to check
Check.
if it's
Yeah.
equal to the default value.
Yeah, if
If
it's
we are
default, it will be true in the
and so
condition.
invalid.
Yeah, it's invalid. So if it's default,
Like yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
line
you.
22.
You see, my brain is not used to the inverted pattern. Like I, my brain wants to have a valid condition, and if the condition is not true, that
Mhm.
it's not passing. But okay, it's invalid. Okay, so I see. Uh, I guess it's easier to test this way than to test the other way, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
So public, so it tells me that in this scope, no, like I have an error message that tells me that I cannot use the public keyword. The modifier is not valid for this item. But it might be a quirk of,
So and then you also
no, no,
need
it's
message
because
from.
like, it's because I missed this. Okay. And this is not here, and this should be here. I guess there is some issues with the color theming of things, but anyway, I don't know why. Okay, because there is an error here.
Okay,
So
we lost brother Burim.
yeah, really,
Yeah, we
he
lost
left
him.
us.
Yeah, he didn't like your LinQPad.
Yeah, you think so? Or maybe you put him too much pressure with the deleting of branches and everything.
I don't
Like
know.
he he knew that you were going to be harsh on him. So he was like, "Oh no, Elbeck is going to punish me."
Come on, brother.
I don't know. Maybe he has a problem. Like it's late at his
Mhm.
place. So what do you like? It's a shame. It's a shame. Maybe I took too long, but I think it's necessary to go
Mhm.
through this to isolate because it's a new pattern and there
Mhm.
is a lot of things that it's great if you are someone that knows C sharp. You know what tuples are. You know the params keyword. You know, but in this tiny thing, there is a lot of really not it's not too advanced, but for someone, even someone like me that knows C sharp, it's not hard to understand. But you know, it's a new thing,
Yeah,
and so
it's
I
masterly
want to
ordered, right? It's well
what?
thought of. It's
Yeah, yeah,
it's
really, it's
ordered
really
and well
elegant. It's an
elegant.
elegant
Yeah.
way to validate with the rules. The tuple with the param stuff, it's really elegant. So let's see, is Barim
Why?
uh no?
Tell me. So this is a custom validation, but why don't we use fluent validations in our
Barim came back, man.
project?
So what? Where are you at, Barim?
We cannot hear you.
No, we cannot. No, it doesn't work. So yeah, we're going to continue. Let's fix your microphone.
Okay, now.
Let us know when your microphone is working. So yeah, you were asking me something, Albek.
Yeah, why don't we use fluent validations in our projects?
Fluent validation. What do you mean by fluent validation?
Do you know that there's a library that checks, that validates your
No, I
models?
don't know this library now.
There's this library, and you have one configuration file and say, for this model, I want this, and that to be validation rules, and it takes care of it.
Okay, let's see. What does it look like? So fluent
Can you see it?
validation. Yeah, I'm here. So that's the so you it's a package that is well known, I guess. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Rule for let me think. So we are not using this because of what? Uh, okay, I see why people are using it because like it's a fluent one with extensions and that is really kind of easy to read. Not too easy, but it's not hard. Like if the discount is not equal to 0, so there is discount. No, when discount. No. So when like the discount when when the discount is not equal to 0, no, discount not equal 0 when okay because okay so you cannot read it like it's not quite fluent. You have to you have to say when has discount, the discount should not be equal to 0.
What?
You know what I mean? When has discount, the discount is not equal to 0. When
It,
an object x has discount,
okay.
x discount, the discount that
Should not be
is
equal
attached
to.
to it, not is not equal to 0.
Yeah, should not be
We
equal
have to
to.
check. We have to check that it's not equal to 0.
Mm-hmm.
So that I said it like that. When has discount, the discount should not be equal to 0.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, is it because of this? Because Hassan do not find it really clear to read?
Yeah, I think first of all, our business logic should be free of any external libraries. This is the first
Okay,
rule, as far
okay.
as I understand.
Wait. I received a message. I think it's Berim. No. So Berim, can you see me? Uh, no. Ah, okay. Like yeah. Okay, Berim. Yeah. No, your microphone doesn't work. Uh, Elbeg, you'll not be able to work with Barium.
Yeah, we'll do it together
It,
offline. We have a
yeah,
session.
it doesn't work, Barium. We can't hear you at all. Sorry, buddy. So let's continue. Yeah, so you were saying that in the standard we do not want what?
Yeah, in the standard, we'll not rely on external libraries in our business logic.
Yeah, but I mean, we are not relying on external libraries. Yeah, okay.
And what I
It's a
understand
bit.
from what I understand, you might say you depend on exceptions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
but it's Hassan,
what I
so
see,
yeah.
yeah, but what I see in these exceptions is that uh, uh, they are not they are just wrappers around the primitive types. You
Yeah.
know,
It inherits from the regular exception.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have out of the box some methodology, you know?
Yeah, but Barim has been kicked out from the internet for a moment because there is it's too windy in his area. There is maybe
Oh,
yeah, yeah, like he lives in the Washington state,
oh, I see.
and so there is a lot of it's rainy. It's like Vancouver, you know. Do you know
Oh,
Vancouver?
no.
It's on the way. It's on Canadian west coast. It's the only city where it doesn't uh, like snow all the time in Canada, but instead of snowing, it rains and it's
Mm-hmm.
windy and it's cold. And like Barim is living in America, like on the same side, close to it, but like the other side of the border, like in
Mm-hmm.
America. So he has the same shitty weather. And do you know, like it's the headquarters of Microsoft over
Yeah, I
there,
know. I know.
and
Yeah.
and do you know why?
Uh-huh, why?
Because they want their programmers to stay inside. It rains out there. Do not go to the beach. There is nothing to do. You're going to get wet. It's better code. So Bering says, no rain, just wind today all day, but the internet can back up and I can see you guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you said, okay, that we are not using because we do not want to rely too much on outside. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I get it. So, do you want me to build a simple condition? So, is
Yeah,
valid? Can, um,
yeah,
is Yeah, you wanna write right now? You wanna is invalid? Oh, you see, I made the same mistake again.
yeah, you haven't written a message in your in the invalid method yet.
All right, right.
With a big M, with capital M.
And
Okay.
the condition too. Doo-doo. Normally, you do not do this to navigate. You do this, but
Unfortunately, we cannot see a
oh, okay,
all.
okay, yeah, yeah. But it's LinQPad. We'll see later. So message not uh, like
ID is required.
the the ID is not required. Required. Is it is it
Hmm.
written like that? Required.
Yeah, in the test we said ID is required. Yeah, but it's a different
Well,
thing.
anyway,
Hmm.
so question is invalid because condition needs to be with. Uh, what's the problem here? Ah, what's the problem? Use system. Why? Why?
Yeah, why are you doing that? I do not understand.
So I have to use validator. Validator. You have to call it like that and validator, and then it's called. Uh, you said I do it like that. You mean
Yeah, I don't.
like
I have no idea what I'm trying to do.
yeah? Okay, is invalid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is
Yeah, that's the
uh,
thing. Yeah, the step is
validator,
invalid.
not validator that is invalid.
And
Uh,
give it a GUID.empty type, for example. Dot empty.
okay,
and you can type rule. We'll see what happens. You dump. I thought I meant rule dot dump.
I got you. I got you.
Hmm.
Let's see. Anonymous type runtime binder exception
Okay.
does not contain definition for dump. So kind of the same thing. Let's see how it works with console. And yeah. Okay, so it works with the console right line. I guess with the C# program, you do not use the dot dump, you use the console right line. But
Okay.
it's surprising. I thought that you could use the dump in program.
Yeah.
So the condition is true. So the ID. So the condition is what? The condition is invalid. So it's true. So the ID is required. And okay, so now we have a rule, and we could have one, let's say, rule two,
Hmm.
and put. Can we? Is there a way to generate a grid there?
Hmm. GUID. Just type
I do
GUID.
a new grid.
Hmm. No, you don't do that. You say GUID new GUID.
Grid grid dot new.
Hmm.
Okay. And okay, so now we can use the validate to upsert, and it will be upserted to the invalid profile
Hmm.
exception. And so can we grab this one to output it somewhere? I guess
You can
yes.
say throw if contains, or
True.
just dump or
No,
console right
yeah,
line.
that's what I
If
was going to do.
uh-huh, we just throw it in our applications.
I just wanna write to the console the contents of it. What do you think about this?
Uh-huh, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Valid profile exception. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Just
And
call.
now validator. Ah, okay. Because I do not have the same key binding, and validate,
Hmm.
validate, and now I can put as much rule as I want. So I'm going to put rule one and rule two.
But you also need string parameter, and you need to provide a tuple.
Yeah.
Just yeah, just give yeah, just as a parameter name, just provide a valid ID or something. Valid.
Parameter. She wants me to, because does the parameter? Yeah, the parameter is just a key. So
It's just a string.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a key.
So what do you want me to search? Like
One, just say
uh,
one or two. We'll see. Yeah, for rule one, we have one key one, and
I know I'm missing the. I know. I hate this. Uh, like so the thing I do, I'm using. Usually I'm not writing in LinQPad. I'm
Mhm.
writing the file into VS Code, and then I'm running it with LinQPad. But I'm too lazy to do this right now. Yeah. And then
Okay,
oh,
this. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, let's run
Let's
it.
see.
Okay, and it was thrown. Exception was thrown, but we cannot see the content. Oh, I guess there is something in it. Data.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see it? Yay! So, and does it say one? Yeah, the key is one. We could call it
Okay.
like from rule one,
Mm-hmm.
and we can see that the key is from rule one, and in the data of the exception, we can have this, and so we can have if it was empty2 here, it wouldn't be valid. Uh,
Yeah.
empty.
Just get rid of
Uh,
the. Yeah. This. Break it too. Mm-hmm.
and so now we have two invalid condition. So yeah. So
Okay.
now we have a list of exception from rule two. Like, and that's really, really, really an elegant way to grab to validate, to have rules and to grab them, and yeah, it's really nice too. And with the Fluent, with this one, uh, where are the exception? Like, are they added the same way to
Yeah.
a data property? Like, you have a list that comes back
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, they have some sort of thing.
because this is really cool that it's upserting,
Mm-hmm.
like here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really cool thing.
Here the
This is the thing
exception
that allows
library.
us to have this.
The exception library and this piece of code are dancing together, right? They
Yeah,
know how to work together,
yeah,
although
yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
independent pieces of code.
Yeah, yeah, it's really, really nice. And if you want another rule, beam, you just write it.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, you have to create it like this is invalid, and then you
Hmm.
tap another rule.
And
And
everything is customized here.
and
So
so the thing is that you are, if you want to, let's do a final run at this. If you want to do a second one, I guess you
hmm.
just have to change the signature of it to test
Uh-huh.
for something
Uh-huh.
else.
Yeah.
So you could say int
Hmm.
and call it age, and maybe age has to be uh, greater
Yeah,
greater
we cannot see that part, brother.
than 5. Oh, you cannot see it. Uh, let me put us not
Okay,
here
now we can.
on the side.
Uh-huh.
So I just write a method with the same name, and again I used uh, a thing that you can do in C sharp. So in C sharp, the the signature of a method is the return type and the parameters. And so you can name two methods the same way if the signature is
It's
not the
different.
same. And so when we are calling it, but we pass another thing, the compiler will be able to know that here, if we have a number, it will look for the declaration of the method with that takes a number.
Yeah, just can you change the message and run the application again?
And say, uh,
Age.
so if age, let's see, the logic condition age greater than 5 and it's invalid, so
Mm-hmm.
it would be true. Uh,
Yeah, just type get
so
older.
get older. Uh,
Yeah.
get older. Do you think like I have trouble? I have to. I'm really dumb. I'm really dumb. So do you have is valid? Get okay. Get older.
Yeah,
Like
if
it's
it's not,
make it
if
make
he's
it
not older than 5, just we say get older.
if he's not older than 5. Let's see. Okay. Oops. As you see, so the thing is that like the
Yeah.
condition is not invalid. The condition is true.
Yeah, it is not true. It is age is 2 is less than 5.
Yeah. So if so it's so ah damn like I don't know if it's the morning or if it's just because I like some QE number Q like intellectual quotient points. Yeah, okay. But how? But the message does it make sense? Message get
Just
older.
no, yeah.
It
If you
doesn't make
type
sense.
22,
It doesn't make sense. So it would be
mhm,
get younger. It should
it's
be.
younger. You're too old. Too
Yeah,
old. Just say too old.
yeah. You're too old. That's why. So okay. You know, it reassures me because for a moment I thought I was really, really fucking dumb, man. I was like, what? En fait, no. So it's okay.
Okay. Now it's good.
Yeah, yeah. So we just have to overload. That's the
Hmm.
proper name, no? Overload the method with
Yeah.
different method signature,
Hmm.
and we can have different condition with different rules.
Okay, brother.
Okay,
Now, now
nice.
today
So
we.
what did you think about this session using LinQPad to explain something tricky like this?
Yeah, I liked it. I think we can wrap today's session with this much information.
Yeah, and wait for a waste maybe
Erase.
for
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. That's great.
Thank
And
thank you
thanks,
for
Elbeck,
explanation. Thanks for
and thanks for
explanation, bro.
teaching me.
Okay.
And thank you, guys. You know what? At some point, we had two viewers. Ah, I guess someone wrote into the chat. We didn't see. Oh, damn! It was Sharaf and Mabruk. Missing you, brother. Oh, brothers. Oh, Mabruk was writing into the chat, man. We have to have somebody looking at the chat. And Sharaf said, "Good morning. Fluent validation are awesome. We are too
Uh-huh.
dumb. Like we should have said hello and everything. Like you're too nice guys." Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Elbeck. I'm really glad because Ricardo is going to join us. I told him that um, we are getting up to speed with the standard because of you. So like yeah like once we have brought up a, a team uh, really ready to work with the standard in mind, all of the OGs can come and like add some really interesting stuff into the foundation services, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we can be we would be able to speak the same language as them, and
Mm-hmm.
that's great. But
Okay.
because if they were coming right now, they would get bored.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
guess. No, don't you think?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not. No. I'm never bored working with your brothers. Uh,
Well, even though it's really early when I'm waking up to work on this, I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna take coffee with Elbeck. Well, what's a better way to start the day?
yeah,
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 and
you're
building
right.
an app to help people. So
Mm-hmm.
it's great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I see you, man. Have
See
a
you
nice
guys. Bye.
day,
Bye. Bye.
and feel free to reach out if you wanna talk.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao.